has Coca-Cola figured out how to solve the plastic problem in India? Yeah, interesting. So, Coca-Cola India has launched a new innovative project which basically includes reverse vending machines. And you're like, what the heck is a reverse vending machine? Because that was my first question.
Yeah.
And basically, these machines are aimed at enhancing plastic collection initiatives, and specifically in East India. Okay. So these machines, a user simply just needs to deposit their empty Coca-Cola bottles into the machine, which will then compact them and store them. And by doing so, the user, if they have the mobile app, it rewards them with points for each bottle that they recycle, which can then be redeemed for like discounts on various Coca-Cola products. Okay.
Yeah.
So it says here that this initiative actually started in the UK and it did really well. So that's why they're trying it out in India. And each reverse vending machine can hold up to 800 bottles before they need to be collected and processed into new items, which they would then make clothing, bags, or even new packaging. But honestly, 800 bottles doesn't sound like very much. I mean, yes, it's a lot,
Yeah.
but at the same token though, I hate the way this is going to sound, so I apologize. But the people per capita in India, especially in the more, centrally located cities, are extremely densely populated.
Right.
So to me, if this catches on, I feel like they'll be emptying these things 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Machines in one place.
Right. And it kind of makes me wonder, how often are they filling these machines with Coca-Cola products? And then how often would they have to then go unfill them? Because I'm assuming that would be 2 different services.
Well, I imagine they get filled pretty frequently, just thinking about the ones at my work. And
Yeah.
we have multiple machines for our group. Like, they come almost daily and fill those. So it's very, I have to imagine.
But so that right there just doubles your labor, because you're going to have one person that comes and fills up the machines. And then the pictures that they showed, it basically was like a secondary machine next to it. And so then you'd have to have a separate crew that came around just to unload. And it does say these are going to be all compacted inside the machine. So double the labor. Plus, did you know that a lot of these soda machines actually draw a lot of energy? Like they run 24/7, and I imagine with one of them having a compactor in them, the cost of the energy is actually going to be pretty high.
Yeah. But if it means that they're getting their product directly back to them, it makes the most amount of sense, because it's your manufacturers are going to know best how to take care of their waste, because they know what's in it. They know, the processes it's been, the heat processes that used it. So like, realistically, there's no better company to take care of their waste than the ones that create it. So I think, honestly, if you're stocking those machines, you're creating the space in the truck at that point for the recyclables. So like, maybe they're encapsulated after, when you go to empty the machine, maybe they end up in a bag. So for sanitary purposes, they go into the truck in a bag. Maybe they have collection bags, reusable collection bags, which would be smart, that are like wet bags. You know what I mean? So that way you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. Honestly, like, if you've ever looked, like the cart that is slapped full of drinks that goes into those machines versus, and then it's probably all in the same. So if you're filling the machine, emptying the compactor at the same time, it's just a swap out at that point. And I imagine the 800 bottles crushed out is probably smaller than what they've loaded into the new machine.
Right. It's got to be smaller than loading 800 bottles, like fully filled. And it doesn't mention anything about having to rinse out the bottles, because typically before you can recycle something, you have to wash it out. It doesn't say anything about that. So it says here that, maybe it has like a bottle wash before you put it in. I don't know. Maybe. But it says here that the senior director for Coca-Cola in India and Southwest Asia, he says that by introducing these reverse vending machines, we're enabling people to take simple yet meaningful steps to make recycling part of everyday behavior. Because they have shown that the easier that you make it, the more likely that the general population will just jump on board and do it. When you make things too complicated, have too many steps, people just aren't willing to adopt that change. And what was interesting is it said that these machines can be monitored remotely to track their performance, and that the initiative aims to raise awareness about the country's plastic issue and then motivate individuals to take action. And so I kind of see this too as where they're going to say, like, this machine has saved this many bottles. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like that motivational thing. Like, I could be, the 700th bottle recycled. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be cool. Like if you
yeah,
incentivize like
yeah,
benchmarks like that, earn a free Coke for your every 100 bottles. And you're like,
yeah.
you've recycled 1,200 bottles. I don't even want to know that I've drank 1,200 Cokes. Let's be honest. Like I'm not that core demographic anymore because I just don't drink soda in general. But like,
So on one hand, I think that this is a very smart way to encourage recycling by making it so simple.
yeah,
But then I wonder, are people going to take advantage of this? Because unfortunately, there are parts of India that are just poverty stricken. Okay. So, what is going to stop those that are desperate from going around and picking up plastic bottles and recycling them just to get these discounts so they can then buy a soda?
I mean,
Similar to how here in the US, there are people that sometimes you see like homeless people, they're like collecting cans and they're turning in cans, especially in areas where they have like the refund deposit where you get like 5 cents back on every can.
right.
So
I
I
don't
wonder
see
if
that
something
being
like that would
negative
happen.
though. I don't see
True.
that being with a high population rate. Like I imagine when you're so densely populated, getting rid of your garbage is difficult. Like I don't, depending on the area, I guess, and depending on, I don't know what their trash services look like. I'm gonna
True.
say we're probably pretty spoiled here in the States where we have a nice little truck come by and pick it up and off it pops.
Yeah.
Whereas that may not be the situation for a lot of things. So if you have the ability to take part of your trash, and does it indicate whether it has to be a Coke bottle?
It does see, it wasn't very clear, but it did look like they were encouraging recycling of Coca-Cola. So then that also, does that mean like Pepsi or Fanta or other,
Yeah.
you'll just kind of keep walking past those instead of picking them up? The other thing is that how do you feel about the fact that you're like incentivizing in buying more soda? Are you not creating like a circle at this point that the more soda you drink, the more soda you recycle, you then get cheaper soda back? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if it's something you're already purchasing, it's something that's already a part of your routine, it's rewarding you for taking care of it the right way instead of letting it end up in the landfill. So realistically, it's just taking behavior that exists and kind of making it a cleaner behavior. Is that's the right word? But
yeah, and it does say that users need to deposit their empty Coca-Cola bottles, but it doesn't say what'll happen if they were to put in a Pepsi bottle. You know what I mean? There's got to be, I know they're slightly different in shape because that's actually proprietary. Like the shape of bottles is very specific to the bottler.
right.
So I know it would be able to tell that it's not a Coca-Cola bottle. So is it going to spit it back at you and be like, nope, try again? Like, you know what I mean?
Do you have to
Kind of like
scan
when you
it?
put in $1 and it won't take it and it keeps spitting it back out. Is it going to do that with your plastic bottle?
Do
I
you
don't know.
have to scan it?
I don't know. Like, right, because they have like, a UPC or a barcode on them. So
Yeah.
it's a very interesting idea. But then it also, could they track, like you bought that soda from that machine and then you scanned it and now it's going back in the recycling? Is that what they mean by remotely monitoring?
I
Like,
mean,
can they see how far away your bottle gets after it's been purchased?
probably not. Like I imagine, like unless they're QR codes, but even like doing a different QR code for every single bottle, unless you narrow it down to like maybe by region. But like even so, I don't necessarily know how that would work. Like
Yeah.
unless the bottles were numbered individually, but that feels unnecessary too, though.
Yeah.
I don't
Seems
know.
extensive. So let us know down below. What do you think about this reverse vending machine? Do you think that this is something that could help the US? Do you think people will game it? Are there any downsides to this? Except for maybe it's spitting nasty plastic bottles back at you. Let us know your thoughts down below on what you think of these reverse vending machines.